Hi, I'm Quentin Young, and this is Second Story Garage. And we're so happy today because we have Salvador Santana with us and his band. And so, Salvador, I wanted to start by asking you, you must have grown up around a lot of music. And, of course, your dad plays guitar, but you gravitated toward keyboard. So how did you go about choosing that instrument? What drew you to it?
That's a good question. Early on in my life, as you mentioned, I was exposed to so much music, and my father really wanted to, thought it was imperative that I learn the basic concept of rhythm and tempo before I delve into the wonderful world of chords, melodies, harmonies, so on and so forth, stuff like that. So actually drums was my first instrument. I started learning that about 2 and 3 years old. Obviously I wasn't, tall enough to play the drums or whatever, so my dad would sit me on his lap. He would let me control the sticks and everything, and he would control the foot pedals and whatnot. So later on, he presented guitar to me, and I got love for the instrument. It just wasn't really resonating with me at the time, around 5 and 6. And then around 7 years old, my sister and I, we started taking piano lessons around the same time, and it just resonated with me just right off the bat. And I've said this before in previous interviews and to other people. I honestly don't think that I chose the piano. I think the piano chose me to represent it as an instrument. And haven't looked back. I've just appreciated it, and I'm learning so much more about it each and every day.
So your music draws from lots of different genres. You have some rock in there. You have some kind of world music, mm-hmm. and you rap. And so that made me wonder what kind of music, when, in your formative years, like when you were a teen, who were your heroes? Who were you listening to?
Oh, man, there's so many, again, a lot of the musicians that inspired my father, I guess, just by default inspired me, from the Miles Davises to the Bob Marleys to the Jimi Hendrixes to the, speaking of piano and on keyboards, Herbie Hancock is a huge one for me, Thelonious Monk, McCoy Tyner, Chick Corea, Keith Jarrett. I mean, I could just go on and on and on. But and then I guess appealing more to maybe my generation or more of my age group. Hip hop was a huge thing, especially growing up in the Bay Area and up and down California. Hip hop was it was crucial. It was just all around you. So the Snoop Dogg's, the Tupacs, the Biggies, from Bay Area hip hop. Icons like Hieroglyphics, to E40s, to the Loonies, and so on and so forth. I mean, it's just all over the map. So growing up in the Bay Area, it being a melting pot and having so much music being there for me to offer to me, I felt like the best thing for me to do, easier said than done, was to just kind of implement into my sound all that has resonated with me over the years. So that's why when you hear my music, you hear a little bit of everything. You hear some familiarity, like, oh, I've heard that before, but not quite in that style, But then there's also some of that originality. So it's been quite a challenge, but at the same time, I don't really know how to do anything else. So I'm just enjoying it. I'm having fun.
Now, another thing that is a big part of your music is social consciousness. You incorporate a lot of social consciousness into your lyrics. So are there specific issues that, draw your attention that you find yourself wanting to talk about in your music? And what are those?
Yeah, absolutely. There's, I think we just performed it, this tune that we're going to release very soon called Rise Up. Just as of recently, I truly believe that there's been a conscious shift here in this world, not just our nation in America, but just all over. People are really starting to shift and understand that, we don't always have to buy into everything that is being presented to us, fear and anger and all the crazy stuff that's being presented to us, not just through the media, but just in general. And I had the opportunity in 2006 to travel with my family and a group of people to South Africa. And part of that journey, we got to go to Robben Island, where Nelson Mandela was held captive for 10 of his 27 years of incarceration. They didn't tell me this at all. They gave me the key to Nelson Mandela's cell. Even the guards and the people that work there don't even get to go to that part of the island. They gave me the key and said, open up the cell. And it just, I get goosebumps just thinking about it. Like, it was quite surreal. It was really cool to be a part of that.
What were you thinking standing there?
I don't remember. I just remember being in awe. Like, is this really happening? Like, literally those cheesy moments when people go, like, when they pinch themselves, that was me. Like, is this really happening? I wish my history teacher was there to see it. I got her history right now. I got a history lesson for her right now. But no, it was so cool, man. And then years passed, I stumbled upon this. I've just been reading a lot lately, and I just stumbled upon this Nelson Mandela quote, and I'm going to paraphrase it. It was something along the lines like, the greatest glory in life is not how many times you fall, but how many times you rise up when you fall. And that just really
that's where the song
and that's kind of what inspired me to kind of think about this whole rise up thing. Like, let's get through this together. Let's, that's how you truly find out who somebody really is as a human being, how they react under pressure, how they persevere through adversity. That's really makes up who you are as a person. So I think a pretty broad and vague general message like that can cross over on many different levels. So when you mention the conscious messaging and whatnot, for me it's all about just trying to turn the negatives, making them into positives. So that's really what I'm about.
You see your music as not just an art form then, but actually trying to contribute to influencing people and rise up and be more socially conscious.
With that song, absolutely. But there's other songs, like I said, that just, for the people that work hard every day and come home and it's the same old thing and whatnot, I want to be that voice for them to say, hey, come out to our shows or put on my music and just have a good time. Mm-hmm. I encourage people to become inspired so that we can all just celebrate in this life together and, have a good time and hang out, crack open some beers, whatever, man. Have some fun, you know what I mean? And enjoy the music, most importantly.
Now, you mentioned the Bay Area, but I overheard you before talking about moving down to L.A.,
yep.
Which I suppose for some people is like moving from Earth to Mars or something. But why did you make that move? And what is that going to change things for your lifestyle or your band or anything else?
Well, I've been down in Los Angeles off and on for the last 10 years. I got affiliated with L.A., wholeheartedly, I guess, when I started going to college down there. I went to San Francisco School of the Arts for high school and decided to continue my study of the arts and went down to California Institute of the Arts. So basically, where I graduated high school, I just went to the college level of what I was already kind of used to and accustomed to. So going back and forth for the last 10 years really just kind of reassured that, I'm a happy camper anywhere I'm in California. I'm a happy camper anywhere, but I'm a California boy, so it doesn't really matter where I am. But I'm definitely rooted in LA. There's more of the music business scene is really more primary and dominant in there rather than the Bay Area. But I always have family and friends up in the Bay Area, so whenever I come home, I feel like I'm home. You know what I mean? But in LA, it's like I said, I'm building a life there, and I've been down there strictly for the last 5 years, and just rooting myself down there. My band is down there, and I'm just doing my best to root myself and ground myself and start something, and so far it's going well, but never say never. Life can take you in many different directions, so that's just as much as I am try to stay open-minded in the creative process when I write music. I try to do that overall just in life in general, and it's gotten me this far, so hopefully keep me going.
We're sure glad that life brought you out to Boulder today.
Oh, definitely.
And,
love it here.
Thank you so much. And make sure and watch the videos. Salvador Santana Band. This is Second Story Garage.